Okay, the next review I'm about to make is about Call of Duty World at War. I'm gonna both detail the online play and the offline play, so be ready. Now for the offline play, which includes campaign and split screen. The campaign is fun, but I would say Call of Duty 4's was a bit better. As you get higher up in the difficulties, it really starts taking a toll on you, enough to where you want to push your 360 controller or whatever kind of controller you're using through the TV screen. Um, I would say that the computer AIs is a bit better and is still progressing. It just kind of sucks that when you're on a higher difficulty, they seem to get dumber and dumber. Anyways, the campaign is pretty long, longer than usual anyways. It'll probably keep you a little entertained while you're playing through it, especially with the flamethrower on the American missions. Some of the missions can get a little pesky, because I know sometimes the missions will glitch up and right when you get to the end, it won't finish the mission. Anyways, in the campaign, the characters that you play are Private Miller of the United States Marine Corps 1st Division and Private Dmitry Petrenko of the Soviet Red Army. As the Americans, you of course fight the Japanese, and as the Russians, or the Soviet Red Army, you fight the Germans. You go through these long battles, and mostly as the Russians, you end up having to use a sniper, which I actually think is pretty fun. There is one mission, though, where you play as a third off-story character, where you're in a Black Cat and you're firing the turrets at ships and kamikaze planes. Overall, I could say that the campaign is basically Call of Duty 4 with a World War II skin on it. It's pretty fun. The cutscenes are a lot more graphicated, and especially the little secrets that they have hidden in the game. Now the death cards they're pretty interesting, I guess. The cheats, a lot easier to find too, I guess, or the cheats anyways. I have to say, it did get the storyline right with the World War II. And for once in one of their World War II games, they actually finished the war. So maybe they will not make another World War II game. Maybe, because you have to admit, the World War II titles, they're just going on and on. They're not stopping. I'd say I would love to see more Modern Warfare games, but as far as that could go, I'm not sure. Anyways, back to the offline play. If you do have online, though, you can play co-op, which is a very good feature to the new, or to Call of Duty games. I like playing with a friend. It does make the battles a lot more interesting and easier. There is one thing I would say about the offline multiplayer, though. If you don't have online play, then you really get gypped out of the offer. Because if you don't have online play, you only get like a quarter of the maps that you would if you had online. I really think this sucks because I have to switch between internet and Xbox 360 online. So I'm kind of annoyed with that when I'm trying to find stuff like the little secrets that Treyarch put in. So that is one thing that the people that don't have online play get gypped about. But other than that, the offline play, pretty good. I would rate the story mode maybe a 4 out of 5. And now for the online play. A couple of weeks ago, there were glitchers like crazy. You couldn't go to a single game without people trying to glitch and just get as many kills as they could without getting out of there. But thanks to Treyarch, they finally patched it up. So now people are disappointed, or at least the glitchers are disappointed, and now they're getting killed like crazy. Since most of the maps have been patched up, the online play is a lot more fun. Sure, there are the occasional glitches still, but they're easy to get by. You can still shoot the enemies. The guns, they're pretty accurate, and over the small debates like SCG-44 should be called the MP-44. Other than that, the weapons are good. Some are slightly overpowered, some are not. Sometimes they left stuff out of the guns, like foldable stocks. But the population on Call of Duty World at War Online is still increasing. More people are still playing. And it's just getting bigger and bigger and even more fun. It is pretty realistic if you're playing in hardcore, but in core, it can get a little iffy with that. Especially when an enemy can take half a clip to the body and still be shooting at you. But that's only with some guns. With hardcore, it's a lot easier and more realistic because the dogs will take one shot to kill. And almost the same for the enemies. Maybe one or two shots, or accurate shots now. Accurate shots will take someone out. It's really fun online since you have people to communicate with, and a lot of people actually do use mics. Sometimes you'll get in a party where everyone's silent and you'll just turn off your mic. That's why I usually go in with a party of my friends. I do like what they added with the Last Stand, though, now called Second Chance. Now you can actually revive teammates after or before their 30-second life is left while they're on the ground. So that's a real cool add-in, but I think it could be overused a bit too much. Since it's called Second Chance, yet you can use it more than once. And I think it's just kind of stupid that you can't stab yourself with the needle at least once. Anyways, getting past that, like I said, the online is fun. Now almost perfect. Sure, and I have to say, the lag, if you play Halo 3 and World at War and compare the lag, World at War is going to win and who has the least amount. And I really do like that because whenever it gets too laggy, it will automatically end the game. One thing I do have to disagree with, though, but I think this may be why they don't have much lag, is the host migration system. Sometimes if the host is a little baby and starts losing, they'll leave, which will also end the game. I think if they were to change that, though, it'd add more lag to it, so I would say that they should keep it like it is, because I would rather not have more lag. Anyways, you get to play on the maps that you can sometimes see in the campaign. Stuff like Dome is near one of the last missions. And then Castle is also one of the missions. It's really interesting how they put him in there. Oh yeah, and Macon too, Macon. It's really interesting how I think they put him in there. And how they just edited him a little bit, this way they could keep people inside the map. Anyways, for the online play, I would probably give the online play, now that it's been patched up, a little iffy here. Since you get the occasional annoying players, okay, I won't say occasional, I'll say a lot of the annoying players who either trash talk or be little kids with those squeakiest voices you have ever heard and start trying to cuss you out. I would say it's in between a 4 out of 5 and a 5 out of 5. Anyways, I recommend that people buy this game. And I also recommend that people get Xbox Live to go with it, because that just makes it even more fun.